Welcome. Thank you for joining the program. Like and share as you join. Like and share the program as you join. Welcome, my beloved sister Linda TV show. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you.
Not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bige Biwone Bibi. He said,
He say, welcome, 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 fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you all, as many as have joined us on the program today. Wherever you are connecting from, I say welcome, more especially those who are connecting from Biafra land. I welcome you and I appreciate you for your efforts to join. If you are joining us from Biafra land, you are joining from any part of the zoo, you're joining from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, you're joining from Russia, or you're joining from China, I appreciate you and I welcome you to this very program. Please, as you join the platform, kindly like and share. Like and share. Share on your own platform. Share to family and friends. Share the program. That is the only way you can support us and make sure the message goes across, because we know we are facing a great challenge in that very platform, and most of the time the social media, they don't allow us to send our message where it's supposed to go. We are having a lot of stumbling blocks, a lot of hindrances. They are holding down our views. They don't allow notification to get to where it's supposed to get to. But we will not allow that to discourage us. Even if they stop everybody from listening, we will continue to send the message across, and only Chukwu Okabe himself know how he can be able to pass the message, and others will get it. All I have to do is to do my own part in this very platform every blessed day. As long as I have life and strength, I will come here to do my part. So it's left for Chukwu Okabe to pass the message across the best way he knows he can do it. That is why I'm here today. And in this platform, we don't come here to preach hate. We don't come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to speak lies or push propaganda or blackmail. No. What we do on this platform is to encourage Biafrans. We encourage Biafrans and Biafra friends. We encourage Biafrans and remind them of their right. The right of self-determination, the right of self-defense, and the right to life. These are rights that must not be played with. These are rights that Biafrans must not give out. And because of these rights, we come here on daily basis to talk about to Biafrans about this right, that they should hold these rights very close to their heart. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, no matter the propaganda and blackmail, no matter the obstacles, hindrances here and there, we must continue to hold this right and hold it close, because we are being lawful by holding those rights. International law supports all those rights. African law supports all the rights. Nigerian law itself supports self-determination, supports self-defense, and supports right to life. So where have we come wrong? Where have we gone wrong, for Christ's sake? We have not gone wrong. They try to make us look as if we are wrong. We are not wrong. We are on the right path. But the enemies that we are up against, they are the ones cooking up blackmails against us, cooking up all lies against us, trying to make us feel as if we are committing a crime, even when they know that we are not committing any crime. They try to discourage us from requesting for that which are ours by their propaganda and lies. But that will not stop us. The more they continue to push their propaganda and push their lies, the more we continue to make wave and move ahead. The more they try to make us see reason not to pursue Biafra, the more they give us reason to pursue Biafra and our freedom. And that we will continue to do until our freedom is secured. So wherever you are watching this very program today, I urge you to sit up. Sit up, because we are going home. No matter the attack they bring, no matter their propaganda, blackmail, discouragement, it's a waste of time. And they know it. They know it, and they know it well, that whatever they are doing today is a waste of time. What they are doing to the media, what they are doing to our Prime Minister, and what they are doing to the Biafran Republic government in exile and Biafrans themselves, they are all waste of time. It can never hold water. Because we are determined to get our freedom in 2023. We have drawn a line, and have drawn our plans, and drawn our targets. And that target we must get. We are working towards that target on a daily basis, regardless anything you can see, regardless what they throw at us. We do not care. We are focused and we will continue to remain focused until our freedom is secured. You're welcome, my beloved sister Diana Agumbiade. Thank you so much, Diana, for joining. So, any place you are joining us from, I urge you to stand strong and stand firm. Today, the Biafra Republic government in exile, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba, is doing everything humanly possible to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality in 2023. It is not enough to say that we want Biafra. A lot of work has to be done. It is not enough to cry, to protest, and to petition. A lot of work has to be done on our own side. And that is why you have the Biafra Republic in exile. And they are doing everything they can to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality. A lot of challenges are coming right, left, and center. A lot of obstacles are coming, even from where you never expected. But the Biafra Republic of Exile, they are facing them head on. They are equal to the task. They cannot run away from that responsibility. We will never run away from that responsibility. The responsibility to restore Biafra lies on our shoulders. Not only our Prime Minister, it lies on the shoulder of every single Biafran. And every one of us, genuine Biafrans, we are part of the Biafra Republic of Exile. Every genuine Biafran is part of the government of Biafra. You are part of it. Don't count yourself out. Don't count yourself. When you hear government of Biafra, you are part of it. Do not, by any means, count yourself out, because if you count yourself out, you are not doing yourself any favor. That is why today, everyone must put hand in debt to support the Biafra Republic of Exile. Support the restoration of Biafra. Any role you know you can play in any way, in any manner, play that role. There's no more time. No more time to waste. As the enemies are preparing and Chukwu can give them homework, we have to do our own homework. We need to prepare more than we have ever done. We need to get prepared. And that is what you see happening today. Preparation of Biafran people to face our challenges and to overcome it. The Biafra Republic of Exile has been able to put things in place, and that is why you hear about the referendum conference that is coming up in Finland. That conference is a conference, it's not referendum, it's a referendum conference. A conference where you will hear and know how the referendum is going to be conducted. In a place where you'll be explained to more about referendum. And you can be free and able to ask your question too. If there is any confusion you have, or is there any reason why you will not support that very referendum, it is not enough to come online and begin to make noise. Come to the convention. Come to the convention and you make your point. And your point will be registered. Nobody knows it all. You never can tell. Your point might be the deal breaker. Your own point might be the deal breaker. So why are you running away? Why are you on social media making noise? Your noise is not going to change anything. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Exile have spoken on behalf of Biafrans that referendum convention is going to hold in Finland. All you need to do is to pass through the procedures. Go through the procedures. As long as you're a Biafran, you'll be there. Air your opinion. Nobody's going to tell you what to say. Nobody's going to restrict you from asking questions. You have to throw your question from any angle, just the same way our Prime Minister have been answering questions on a daily basis. You come there face to face and throw your question, and you will see experts from different parts of the world. You will see people from different parts of the world who will answer you and respond to you and put straight some confusions in your head. There are so many things that we are not getting right. That convention is going to help us to put them right. That is why it is necessary that every one of us must be there. We must be there to put the record straight. We cannot afford to allow things go wrong. We cannot go back after going this far. We have asked for referendum for a very long time. Mazen Nandekano stated about referendum from day one. And that has been what we are requesting for. That they should allow the people to make their choice. Biafran people should make the choice of what they want. If they want to be in Nigeria, it should be them that should speak. Nobody should speak on the behalf of the Biafran people. Nobody should take decision for them. Let the people choose what they want. The people in that contractual Nigeria have never at any point in time made a choice of even being part of that one Nigeria. They have never made a choice. The choice was made on their behalf. The British just brought people together and forced them to be together, not because people choose to be together. And for a very long time now, we have been asking and calling that they should allow the Biafran people make their choice. Mazen Nandekano spoke about this, talked about it for more than a decade. Nobody seemed to listen. Protests were made. Instead of listening, they come against Biafrans and they're taking their life. Instead of listening, they proscribe IPOB. And today, in the era of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samanaba, we can no longer continue to protest or complain. We have decided to conduct a convention of self-referendum in Finland. After the convention, in that convention, you will understand how that self-referendum will be conducted. In that convention, you will ask your questions, know how it's going to be conducted, where it's going to be conducted, and those who are going to be involved. In that very convention, you can ask your own question and make a contribution on how better you think it's going to work. Or even if you think that the referendum is not the ultimate way, you can come to that conference and make your own point. Nobody knows it all. The only thing you have to do is to make sure that every argument you're bringing on the table, you can defend it. You must have to be civil. That is number one. When you come to the convention, as long as you're a Biafran, come to the convention peacefully, make your case known. Ask your questions without insulting anybody. Just be civil about it, and answers will be given to you. If you have a superior argument, you can put it down. I bet you in that convention, you're going to see educated people, well-learned people who are there. People who are open to learn, open to embrace every direction. And that is what you're going to see. And in that referendum convention, people will be there to study. You're welcome, my beloved brother Maswell. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So every one of us should be there. Everyone should be there. Don't get distracted. Do not get disappointed or get confused. Today you see some people peddling the wrong information about that very convention. Self-referendum convention that will be held in Finland. Some are confused about it. And some are asking questions and say, why will it be in Finland? Does it matter where it's being held? Does it really matter where it's being held? The most important thing is where we find secure for us to do it. The most important thing is where we find secure and where we find convenient for us to do it. It is not about being in the United States, in Finland, or in UK. No. Some people are asking that question, but I don't know why somebody will be asking such question when you know that the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic is in Finland. You know he's in Finland. And you, that is a genuine Biafra, you know that we must guide and protect our Prime Minister. Because our Prime Minister is not ready to travel to anywhere at this particular point in time. It is a very delicate time. After we saw what happened to our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano, we cannot afford to gamble the security of our Prime Minister. We cannot gamble it. And that is why it becomes necessary that it must be held in Finland. And Finland is more than 100% secure for Biafran people. Our Prime Minister is 100% secure in Finland. So why are you questioning where the convention is held? Except you are evil in your heart, except you have an evil intention, there's something else that is controlling you. But if you are sincere to yourself, you should know that Finland should be the best place to hold that very convention. And some again, they come and they bring the wrong interpretation of what the referendum convention is all about. Self-referendum convention is all about. Some of them say, how can you conduct a referendum in Finland? It is not a referendum in Finland. That is not a referendum. That is a convention. A convention. If you don't know what convention is, go and check up your dictionaries. Use your Google. Check what convention is. You will understand better. It is a place where you come and discuss about self-referendum of the Biafran people. And some will ask, why is it self-referendum? It is self-referendum because we have been calling for referendum for more than a decade. Nobody seemed to pay attention. We have been calling for referendum for more than a decade. Nobody pays attention. Even the Nigerian government itself, they begin to claim that there is no referendum in their constitution. That is what they claim. They claim that there is no referendum in their constitution. But in that same Nigeria, we have seen referendum conducted on several occasions. And through referendum, some states were created, some regions were created through referendum. The Midwest was created through a referendum. Midwest was created through a referendum in that same Nigeria. Adamawa became part of Nigeria through a referendum. And there have been several occasions where referendum was applied. But they will always give you a reason and say that referendum is not in their constitution. And even if referendum is not in the constitution, if they really sincerely want to maintain peace and law and order, there is what is called law of necessity. Even if they do not have referendum in their constitution, there is what is called law of necessity. The law of necessity will make a gap for referendum to come in, for peace to reign. The law of necessity will apply during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. After Yaradua died, they tried to maneuver, to try to do what they did for Buhari. What they did in the time of Buhari, they tried to create another Yaradua to come in. But because then, people who were in the aim of affairs were Biafrans, formidable Biafrans. The Minister of Information then was a hardcore Biafran, Dora Akuneri, unbribable, very straightforward woman. Before they could know it, she released the information that Yaradua was dead. And every one of them, they lost it. They lost it. They couldn't be able to implement the plan that they had. And it was the doctrine of necessity that made Goodluck a president in Nigeria. The doctrine of necessity made Goodluck the president of Nigeria. So that something is not in your law does not mean you cannot be able to use it. If you want peace, to maintain peace, law and order, doctrine of necessity can come in. You can, through that doctrine of necessity, implement whatever you want to implement to create peace. But they continue to deny all those things. Every instrument that need to make Nigeria be a sane country and make things be in order, they are all there. But at every given point in time, the British will tell them to manipulate it, jump it, don't implement it, don't look at it. Every time they shut their eyes towards those things that are going to bring unity. Every time they close their eyes towards those, what you will see, the kind of things you see them implement are things that will create more division. That is what you see in the Zoological Republic called Nigeria. The policies you're going to see is the policies that will make sure that people don't come together. Policies that will continue to create demarcation between people. Policies that will continue to show people that they are not part of the so-called Nigeria. Just like in the present situation that we find ourselves today. When you look at the Zoological Republic and what they are doing today, the government of the Baron, Tinubu, look at the way he's making his appointments. Look at his ministerial appointment. Look at the ministerial appointment. You were talking about the way the late Muhammad Buhari sidelined Biafran land, more especially the Igbo Biafrans. You were here crying about how the late Muhammad Buhari treated the Igbo Biafrans in his government. And you thought it was enough. You thought when Tinubu come that it has gone. And I told people that Tinubu is worse than Buhari. Tinubu is another hater of the Biafra, Igbo Biafrans, more especially. You saw it even in Lagos when he was vying for when the election was being conducted in Lagos. You see the way he treated the Igbo Biafrans. It was in his regime, under his nose, that they said they were going to throw the Igbos to the lagoon if people do not follow his own candidate. Threat upon threat. Even his wife threatened. His wife threatened on video and said they can never trust the Igbo Biafrans. And today you have seen what he's doing. Go and check his ministerial appointment. One man from the north analyzed it, and he called them, if you see the way he described the southeast, a northerner began to use the quotation in the Bible to describe the position of the southeast. And he was describing the politicians as dogs, because those are not Biafrans. He quoted the version of the Bible and was saying that they cannot give the food of the children to the dogs. That was how they interpreted the appointment that Bola Ahmed Tinubu made. His ministerial appointment. A man, a northern, a Fulani northern, interpreted the appointment of Bola Ahmed Tinubu with the quotation of the Bible, which says that you cannot give the thing meant for the children to the dogs. But at the same time, that the woman was crying and said that even dogs can eat from what fell from the master's crumb. That is what the politicians are saying. And the politicians are ready to eat things that fall from the master's table. The politicians in Nigeria, in Biafra that are referred to dogs, they don't see anything wrong in it. They are ready to eat from those crumbs that fell from the master's table. I see a place where the sons of the kings are wearing rags, are begging, while the slaves are riding in horses. That is what you see in Nigeria. And those criminals who call themselves politicians seem to accept it. They have accepted it. That is why you see the way the Biafran people are being insulted. More especially the Igbo Biafrans are being insulted. There's no regard for them. Because those who claim to represent them have already accepted slavery. They have accepted to be eaten from the crumbs that fell from the master's table. And they are very much okay and satisfied with it. You will see them boasting. They will come and be boasting. You see them wearing big shirt and wearing babariga and walking up and down. Shamelessly. That is the situation they have dragged us to. They have dragged us so low, that any Janjaweed can come out and begin to look to a Biafran face to face and begin to talk to a Biafran. Simply because the politicians have refused to know whom they are. The politicians have sold us out. The politicians have accepted the status of a dog that eats from the crumbs that fall from the master's table. But those of us Biafrans who know whom we are, who knows that we are kings and princes and queens, we can never accept second class. We will never. You will never. Who is that uncircumcised Philistine that will stand on the way of children of Chukwukabiam, that will relegate children of Chukwukabiam to the background? Who the hell do you think you are? It is only those who have sold their soul to the devil that you can relegate to the background, not genuine Biafrans. That is why today we have somebody like our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, unbribable. We have somebody like our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandekan, unbribable. You see Mazi Nandekan, even in the territory of the enemy, he is telling them, I will never give up for Biafra. I will never bow for you. They gave him different kinds of posts and positions. He said, I don't want your position. I can never serve under you. You don't. Who the hell do you think you are? To share my own property for me and give me part of it and expect me to abide by it? No. Mazi Nandekan rejected every single offer they have given to me, including oil well. And Mazi Nandekan said, oil, my own oil. You are giving me part of it and expect me to take it. I should be the one giving you, not you giving me your own oil well. Mazi Nandekan should be on the position to give them, not them giving him an oil well. And he rejected it. Today they hold him in DSS. They are torturing him, kept him under solitary confinement, pushing all manner of propaganda, lies, hate, torture, mental and physical torture to him. And he is still standing strong. Just like our great grandparents did in the United Kingdom when they walked into the river to drown themselves instead of being a slave. That spirit is still very much alive. The spirit of the warrior, the Biafran spirit, is very much alive in so many of us. That spirit that was in our great grandparents who walked into the sea and drowned themselves instead of being a slave in a foreign land. They prefer to get their freedom through that death. That spirit is still very much alive. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stood his ground and said, I cannot accept anything from a slave. He cannot accept any offer from uncircumcised Philistines. Never. And he's standing his ground up to this minute as you're watching me. And he will continue to stand his ground. Unbribable. In the same way today, you see our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. They have started throwing different kinds of words to him, trying to reach out to him. They are making different kinds of offer to him, sending different kinds of delegates, and you see the way he's shunning them. In the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, he wouldn't even allow you to come close, let alone having any engagement with him. In the case of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, he wouldn't even allow you to come anywhere close to have a discussion with him. There's no space. They have tried to use the Department of Saboteurs, who claim to be IPOB when they are not. They tried through blackmail, they tried through propaganda, they did and did everything they could, but they couldn't bring him down. They reversed back and they went through the politicians, the Ohaneze Ndigbo. Ohaneze Ndigbo came with their own trick, all in the name of we are elders, we will tell you what will happen. They tried and tried to reach him, they couldn't reach him. They planned assassination, they couldn't succeed. They wrote petition, they couldn't succeed. They began to employ people in Finland to go through them and get to Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa blocked every single communication, sealed. They tried that, it couldn't work, and then they went to the politicians. Their governors came together and they began to plan. They sponsored terrorists to Finland. The terrorists couldn't find him. They employed diplomats. The diplomats couldn't reach him. They began to look for means to reach out to him, to speak to him, begin to ask for numbers. The governors continued to struggle on how to reach him. Even at an extent, the governor, they said they met him, they called him and they reached out to him. And he gave them his word. It is either Biafra or nothing. Anything you want to discuss, you have the supreme leader of IPOB, the leader of struggle is there with you in Nigeria. Discuss with him. Why are you coming to me? A direct speech. And he has said it in the open. You don't have anything to discuss with me. The leader of the struggle is there with you in Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Set him free. Give him his freedom and have your discussion with him. For me, I have nothing to discuss with you. He made it categorically clear. Without missing word, he told them, I will not discuss with you. And when he made that comment, he said it in the open, he didn't hide it. As if they thought, initially when they planned, I thought they would get him through the so-called lawyers and whatever. And the lawyers began to manipulate themselves, thinking they were going to manipulate Mazi Simon Ekpa. He blocked every contact. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you are a lawyer, a brother, a sister, or whoever, blocked. And he made it clear, whatever negotiation, go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And to an extent, not even in Nigeria. After your negotiation, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must make a speech from either Finland or from Israel. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself said that in Israel, he feels secure. So those are two places where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can make a comment, and then we will believe that this is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Because we know the people we are dealing with. We are dealing with demons. We are dealing with a demonic country. We are dealing with people who can go to any length to protect their evil act. We have seen them do it before, and they are willing and ready to do it again and again. That is why we cannot take any chances. The only time we can guarantee that Mazen Nandekan is speaking to us is when we see Mazen Nandekan in a free world where he is free, somewhere like Finland or Israel, where we can be able to ascertain that truly it is Mazen Nandekan speaking. As soon as we ascertain that Mazen Nandekan is speaking, of course, Mazen Nandekan will take complete control of the struggle as usual. But until then, Mazen Simon Ekpa remains the only command today that Biafrans obeys. If you don't like it, you go and hug the transformer. And you don't even have a choice. You don't even have a choice. Who controls what is happening today? You don't have a choice. The Biafran people have made their choice, and they choose Mazen Simon Ekpa Njoko. What he says is final. And when he says, I will not take any order from the DSS, it wasn't a joke. He said it even before what is happening today began to happen. Before we begin to see the games that they are playing today, he said it long time ago. Even when he said it, some of us didn't understand why he said that. We didn't understand. But today, everything is finally making sense. Everything is finally making sense. That is why I love Mazen Simon Ekpa. I love him so much because he is a man with a very far sight. What Mazen Simon Ekpa sees sitting down, you cannot see it if you are standing. What Mazen Simon Ekpa sees sitting down, you cannot see it if you are standing. He is on top of the game. Before things happen, Chukwu can come and bring this to his doorstep. Wherever you are, whoever you are, and you are standing against him, you better have a change of heart or you destroy yourself. He has given you all the opportunity to do what you have to do. He gave you the olive branch, you rejected it. He left an open door, you rejected it. And today, every door has been shut completely. Every door of negotiation have been shut completely on the table of our Prime Minister Mazen Simon Ekpa. There is no negotiation. Pastor Iginla said that. He told them he warned them, but they didn't know. Pastor Iginla warned them when he was speaking. When he was making his revelation, you never knew that he was talking about our Prime Minister Mazen Simon Ekpa. When he said that the voice you are seeing is not the voice of a child, dialogue with them now. Dialogue with them. He said he saw a lamb. Then he saw the Biafran voice. It was like a lamb. Mazen Nandekan appeared like a lamb. That he appeared like a lamb. And afterward, that lamb changed and became a lion. He became a fierce lion. And he told them the voice you are hearing is not the voice of a child. Dialogue now. Dialogue now. Dialogue now. That a time will come when the king will come down from his throne and say, let us talk. And they will tell him, it is over. We cannot talk anymore. When that prophecy came, people didn't understand this. Some thought it was a made-up story. Even the man that gave the prophecy didn't understand it. At a stage, they began to threaten him. And he began to change his prophecy. That is what human beings are. Some people are cowards. They cannot stand in their word. That is the difference between the prophecies of the old, prophets of the old, and the present prophets. In the olden days, the duty of a prophet is to warn a government. What you see today, when you see today, you see all these ones that call themselves general overseers and GO and prophets. They will always prophesy and tell the kings, the president, how he's going to succeed, even when they know that the man is a failure. But in the olden days, in the Bible, go and check in the Bible history. Prophets, whenever you see them come out and speak the government, it is to reprimand them. It is to warn them to retrace their step. They don't come to praise government. They don't come to begin to entice government. They speak for the masses. When they see danger, they speak. That is how prophets operate. But today, what do you see? Look at the one that called himself a deeper life man. Deeper Life Man that was started praying since 1980s. He was praying for a better Nigeria. From 1980s, he has been prophesying about a better Nigeria and praying. And from that 1980 today, Nigeria has gotten worse than it was then. Nigeria is even worse than it was then. And yet you see him pretending, coming to tell you, oh, support Tinubu. The same way he told you to support Buhari, that Buhari will be a Messiah. Buhari is going to change things. The same man, the way you came and said support Buhari because they invited him in Asorok. Are you talking about Adeboye? The same thing, prophesying falsehood. Almost most of them that call themselves general overseers and big pastors and prophets. Go and check the role the prophets of the old we are playing. And they call themselves Christians. They read the Bible. Let them go and check their Bible and see the role the prophets of the old we are playing. When Pastor Iginla gave that message, they attacked him. At a stage, he began to give a negative message against a prophecy that he has already made. At a stage, Iginla began to prophesy against his own prophecy. That is why I told you he didn't even know what he was saying then. And that is how you know the spirit of Biafra. When Chukwu Okikame want to do a thing, if you are possessed with the spirit of Biafra, you wouldn't even know what you are doing. You won't be in control of yourself. Just like as you see our Prime Minister today, fully possessed with the spirit of freedom. Our Prime Minister is fully possessed with freedom. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. The more you try to stop him, the more you make way for him to move faster. Every single step you take to stop him becomes an elevation for him. That is the spirit of Biafra. Every moment you raise up to go against him, you end up putting fire in his waist to work more. Every time you try to draw him down, it becomes an upliftment for him. When you push your propaganda and blackmail, he dances over it. You blackmail him, he laughs over it. You send false messages against him, he broadcasts it, he helps you to broadcast it and promote it. Go and look at his platform on Twitter. Go and follow, if you are one of those following our Prime Minister on Twitter, you will see that every negative news about him, he is the one that posts it. He will help you to post it. When the way of a man pleases the Lord, there is nothing you can do. When the way of a man pleases Chukwu Okikame, there is nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is to accept him. That is why today you see him, when he makes a declaration, the spirit of Biafra takes over and put the word in the heart of Biafrans. Some are seen, they say it's juju. They say he makes charm. It is not any juju. It is because he lays his foundation on the truth. He is standing on a solid foundation. That very solid foundation that was laid by Mazen Nandekam, indestructible, consistency personified. He is as whiter than white. That is why every attack against him, none of them survives. Every blackmail against him, none survives. Because he is very sane and he knows what he's doing. Every challenge that come before him, every one of them, they fall before your own very eyes. It is not charm, it is because he is sincere and truthful. If Master Simon Ekpa is not clean, for more than 2 years plus, there has been blackmail propaganda. I will expose. How many people have made an exposition of Master Simon Ekpa of a crime? Have you had any exposition made by any human being anywhere, both in Nigeria, both outside Nigeria, against Master Simon Ekpa? If you have seen any, please kindly share with me. I will help you to promote it. Have you heard of any exposition anywhere? All we hear, when it was the other Jezebel, the Jezebel was there every day. Oh, I will expose him. I will nail him. I will expose him. I will nail him. All of a sudden, this Jezebel disappeared in thin air. We never heard about her again. The Jezebel disappeared. We didn't see exposition. We didn't see anything. People were waiting. People were saying, oh yeah, she has information. Even the department of Sabotua, they were happy. The department of Sabotua will say, yes, he will meet his Waterloo. Now his closest ally, we expose him. And we fold our hands. We are watching and waiting. Exposition. All of a sudden, the Jezebel disappeared to thin air with nothing to do. After the disappearance of the Jezebel, the second set of people came. They said they're going to expose him. He was working with the Jezebel. He did this. They're going to expose him. We were waiting. Exposition. They brag and brag. All for years, nothing came out. Today, here are we. And they disappeared. In the same vein, another group came up. They called themselves accountability group. Oh, people say, yes, now, these ones are insiders. They are people who are working with him. They have a lot of information. Yeah, he went his now that is their end. They have scattered. He cannot survive this one. And he laughs over it. We are waiting. Accountability. And while they were talking and blabbing, people thought that they have information. And every one of us were waiting to see what they have. I will expose him. I will bring him down. I will make sure you bring his head. I will do this. I will do that. They were talking, and he was watching them. And today, where are they? They disappeared to thin air. Some of them cannot even have the boldness to come online anymore. They can't even have a boldness to come online. We thought about our Master Simon went ahead, our Prime Minister went ahead to talk about the inauguration of Biafran headquarters in the UK, our head office in the UK. They came, they were going there. You see how evil. You see, when the gods will destroy a man, they will make that man deaf and dumb. When the gods will destroy a man, they will make you deaf and dumb. You see matured people who claim to be intelligent. Some claim to be pastors. Learned people. They went to a house and they saw that house is on rent. They saw that house is on rent. Nobody is in that house. They saw that house is under renovation. Yet, they never believed that this house is Biafran house. They couldn't have patience. Even when they went back again and they saw the flag of Biafra flying above that house. The flag of Biafra flying above that house. Yet, their ear was blocked. They went and stole the flag away. They stole the flag before the whole world. We were watching. And they made a video of them. So that is how foolish people can be. Desperation can make people foolish. Somebody went and stole a flag and made a video of himself. And they were also saying that they knocked at the door. Door was not opened. Sorry for that obstruction.